Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on April 21st, 2020. It's currently 4:15 in the afternoon after the trading day. Kicking things off with a little price action on several different stocks I'm looking at this morning. This is a narration of the end of the day. So what I was looking at, what I traded, and some other things I was thinking about throughout the morning or the rest of the day, actually, because it turned out to be a pretty boring day. There were a couple setups, and I'll discuss those after we get this thing rolling. I increased the speed at the end of the video, so it's going to definitely pick up at a 5x level. Beyond Meat was an excellent trade setup that was called in the room I'm in. I missed that one. I was just not ready, and then I saw the price action. I was actually watching level 2, I believe, and it just jumped. So here's Watt. Watt was the most talked about stock this morning on the gap plays. It had done some really nice movement in the pre-market, and I was looking, these are 2-minute candles, and I'm looking for this candle to do what it normally does, which is kind of finish. And if it finishes in the red and then we turn up to the green side, that would be my trade. Now, I did make a mistake on this particular trade. It was a mistake because I saw the price of 280 there. It was actually, it said, see the high, it says 280. It actually said 294 for a second, I think, but then I think they fixed it. But 280 was the high and not the opening price. So ideally, I'm looking to enter that trade on the break of the opening price, which was around 273. So here I get in, and I'm already, look how I'm all over the place in the ladder here. Just kind of a mess. I got my limit in, but it was kind of late. I got 286 fill, so that was based on the 280 I was looking at. I was looking at the wrong thing. Goes against me a little bit here. My fill should have been around 273 would have been the ideal. 274 would have been the ideal fill. But it went against me for a few pennies, and then it started to turn up. So I took 400 shares. You can see I took 100 shares off right there. And then I'm in the cancel all position just because I have a stop below. I knew I'm in the green here. I didn't want to lose on this trade, but then guess what happens? We get to 330. I'm in great shape, and it halts. Okay, so the stock halts because its movement was so significant that it set up a circuit breaker. So even at this point, if I just closed everything, I would be up pretty good. I had sold another 100. I just canceled a trade there, which was like a stop. So in case this thing opens up. So right now I am setting another stop so I don't lose on this trade in case it opens up and just takes it out. I have to wait 5 minutes, and that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about for the next 5 minutes is what's happening across the other stocks during this time. I definitely saw some movement, and I was excited to get in a nice trade and see a nice green trade, but I think I missed the right opportunity. It goes against the rules of trading, the way I'm trading, but I had to take advantage anyway because I was already in it. So as soon as it started to go against me, I gave it, literally I was doing a countdown. If it went against me any more than that, I was just going to flatten out, even if it went to 100. As it turned up, I was looking at the high. It was so quick. Those first 2 minutes are just so fast, and I just wasn't ready to make the trade at 274. I probably wouldn't have gotten filled. I would have gotten a better fill for sure, and I would never have seen any red on this particular trade because when I got in at 287 was my entry, was my average price. I had set a limit at 289, I believe, when I got in. So it would drop back down to the lowest price, and at this time it would have been like 277, 280 maybe if it jumped a bit. But at the same time, no big deal. So meanwhile, I'm looking for what I should do here. I have to concentrate when this thing opens up. we're talking 5 minutes. So I'm looking at other things like this VXRT, which had a nice breakout from its red to green. You can see how it opened up with that. Well, kind of all over the place here because I am narrating. So you're going to expect to see some pretty boring trading right now because it's kind of in a still formation. Obviously, I'm in a good position. I'm comfortable. Even if I don't expect it to drop a buck on me here at the open. It shouldn't do that. But here's that INO break. Definitely didn't see that one. Wasn't really focused on that one. The list I had today was kind of boring. Actually, the rest of the day was kind of boring. This S&P just kind of chopped around all day. I did take a trade on Carvana on a break of an 84.50 level, and it went up to about 85, and I got a small chunk of change on that, but that was a pretty whippy trader because it kind of flipped around, and the spreads were big, and I just wasn't comfortable, so I stopped looking at it after that particular trade. But here I am still waiting for this to open. I forgot what time it's closed. So 9:33, so I still have a couple minutes for it to open up here. But again, I'm still comfortable because I sold 200. Now, if I was in for 400 or whatever amount, I had the full lot, and I was going into halted stock, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But I am in green. I have a stop ready. And I just figured if it opens up, I was going to make my move. Now, the key thing here, and I can't wait to get to the new platform, is look at my ladder. It's pretty much my entry system because the Thinkorswim entry system sucks. So I use the ladder, but, I'm always seeing 314 to 346. Now, when it opens up, watch how fast it goes up. So I'm like kind of lost. I have to cancel my order. I'm trying to sell another one. Another 100 up high because I'll let you guys see what happens versus me telling you what happens, just because it's more interesting that way. But it's about to open up here, I believe 333.08, I believe, so it's be 335.08 or 938. It's pretty windy out right now, so apologize if you hear that in the background. And once this thing kicks in, so there is one thing I noticed today was the market was just getting pretty decimated, but the government kept throwing money at it. Then the oil kept going crazy. And at this time we're looking at Apple drop down 4, but ended up going down around 12. And if you remember, I sold my Apple at 88, and I think it got down to 268, and I think it closed at 269 today. So yeah, I mean, if I'm still comfortable with my sell, even if it goes to 320 or 330 or more. But at the same time, I think we start to open up here. I believe here we go. Okay, so watch how it already gaps up from where the halt was. Went to 358. Right away, I'm canceling my order. And I try to get one up here at 376. I believe it gets taken out. But look how fast it whipped back down to 331. I was a little pissed, so I sold 100 at the market right there, and probably could have made out a little bit better there. So the rest of the last 100, I was looking to see if it pushes higher, and later in the day it did push higher before flattening out and dropping to like in the twos. But I could have made a few more bucks in this, but I was just happy to make something because I was. Again, at the beginning of this trade, I got in wrong. I wasn't focused. It happened so fast. I didn't force it though, because I was definitely getting in this trade. The fill was much higher than I expected it to be. So I think I get stopped out here, or I kind of close out here. I put a limit order in, or I raised the stop. I forgot what I did. But soon after I raised it here, look, it went up to 371. I could have just close out there. I thought I was going to go to 4 and then higher, but it didn't do that till about 10 minutes later. So that pretty much sums up this trade as it closes out here. You'll see in a second it kind of comes back down, and then it's going to go into fast motion soon after. So if you have any questions about this trade or any other trade, let me know. Subscribe to the channel. I'm almost making new highs here. I'm still in my last 100. Why didn't I sell it there? Because I thought I was going to go. Because I just kind of raised the stop and let it come down and hit. It's just whippy, it's just all over the place. I mean, there's a lot of volume, so I'm comfortable with the liquidity. I didn't think I was going to get totally screwed out of it because there's a lot of people watching it. But that pretty much summed up the trade. And I kind of focus on this for a second. And it does go back down. Actually, I think it gets close to 3, kind of before moving up, and it actually hits 4 before turning around and getting back in the 2. So this pretty much sums up the day. This is the only main trade I had. It was $153. I think I made $17 on Carvana. Again, I'm trading light just to get things going. I have my new account being set up, and it's got to get funded, so that's going to take time. And once I have that, we'll discuss that in more detail. You can see I go into 5x speed here. And so check out Beyond Meat this morning for the trade, and also check out the Watt trade. Oil was crazy today. I still don't understand how Exxon is just ended up break even today. I guess they have a lot of plans. I guess they have a lot of cash or something, because oil is just getting destroyed. Anyway, pretty long video. My voice is getting shot here. And close it out. Hopefully you skipped through it and didn't watch all the stuff I spoke about. And I'll be back tomorrow with some more trading. I expect to find some good setups. I think after a gap down like this, we'll maybe open up a little bit flat and maybe get some runs, okay? This is Rich with some price action. Have a good one, and I will speak to you tomorrow.